here we are. Wang Chiaching from Taiwan versus Young Sung Chul from Korea. Now, both of these guys on this huge stage, they got to keep their calm and just play the best they've ever played.
Now, we've seen Young in action before, have we not?
Yeah, we
He
did.
did quite well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was just like a great Yu-Gi-Oh player should be. Animated at the times where he knew exactly what he was doing, and stoic, really taking his time to think whenever he needed to.
Oh, and it was our first match of the day.
Yeah, it was against Paleozoic. Yeah, we just saw him completely dismantle the strategy thanks to main deck copies of Evenly Match and just having a bunch of back row removal.
So Jing gets to go first, and he starts with some pretty good gas. The light stage into Candina into Reincarnation.
Yeah, that's usually not a good sign. When they're searching Reincarnation, that's likely they already have Lycoris, and they might even have Droll and Lockbird. And against Sky Striker, you know how good Droll and Lockbird is even without Reincarnation. So just the fact that you will always have a chance to combo it off and basically empty Jung's hand.
Yeah, which is never a good
scary. Yeah, but luckily, because Jung knows he can probably play around a little bit and set all of his cards first.
Yes.
But that also walks into light stage if he ends up not using all of his resources that turn.
Yeah, that is the trap. Light stage, just being able to pick off those cards one by one. Fortunately, if it's his own turn and it's stuff like Engage, he can set it and then flip it.
Yeah.
But when you got stuff like Widow Anchor, you might have to preemptively use it, and they chain Lycoris, and then bad things happen.
Yeah. It's really a well-built strategy with the Trickstar deck.
And that's, assuming he gets past whatever pile of hand traps that might be lurking.
You're right, yeah. This is probably the deck that Droll and Lockbird is the best against, Sky Striker.
Yes.
So that's pretty rough that out of all the duels, we didn't see many copies in the main deck, if at all. And I think that Wang Chiaching is one of the few who has access to that.
Just two?
Yeah.
All right, 2 sets finishes off his turn, and now Young is up.
So he almost certainly knows that one of those back row cards is Reincarnation. But the other one could be a mystery, could be anything.
Starts with Twin Twister on
that. Well, that's a pretty good start.
Not bad. Not bad
one
at
of the
all.
best ways to get around the Reincarnation Droll and Lockbird combo, that's for sure. And it looks like he discarded a copy of a Hercules base.
It does look like Hercules base. He goes ahead and chains it. The Reincarnation.
Jung responds, I have nothing there.
And he loses a copy of Ray.
That's a little rough.
I saw multiple trap cards being drawn by Young there.
It goes a match is gone. And now damage is dealt.
Yeah, so
he's going to get you for 2 and light stage for another 2.
Yeah, even if you're going to, play through your Sky Striker combos here, Candina and Lycoris are just going to continue to take away your life points.
My goodness.
Slowly but surely.
And you put the hand out there. I don't know that that's... Yeah, that was a pass.
Wow.
And on the end phase, Lycoris hits the field, and I don't know if Young is long for this game.
No, probably not.
An open field against Trickstar is not preferable.
Yeah, when I was talking to the duelists yesterday about the pure Sky Striker deck and the pros and cons to it, the biggest issue a lot of players had with it was its lack of consistency. It just doesn't have as many starter cards as some of these other decks do, specifically Altergeist. So, and I think we just saw this huge glaring weakness with the deck.
Yes.
Getting hit by that Reincarnation, losing at least Ray and maybe another starter card or two. That's just a little too rough.
And the important thing is that the Trickstars can really assault that weak point and just deal a ton of damage whenever there is one.
Young got the Ash Blossom to basically keep himself in the game right now, barring more copies of Lycoris. Blocking Candina takes a lot of damage off the board. Now he's still got Reincarnation in the graveyard right there. Young has to, he really has to dig in hard right now.
Yeah.
I don't think he's not playing anything like Scapegoat, is he?
No, he's not. He has a couple main deck copies of Shared Ride sort of in that slot, but no Scapegoats. So no big card that can really get him back in it.
I think Young just drew Ghost Bell, which is not going to get him too far.
And he's not running Diablos either, which would be a card that Trickstar has a very hard time dealing with.
Yeah. He probably didn't expect much other Sky Strike in the tournament, seeing how popular Altergeist and Goki were.
Yeah, so there's one of the trap cards that we saw him draw last turn, which wasn't all that useful, which is evenly matched.
Evenly matched.
It's solid here, but he's still so far behind that...
Yeah,
I'm not sure if it's going to be enough.
If my spot was correct and he drew Ghost Bell, then there's not much more to be done this turn than there was last turn.
He might just end up setting it, to be honest. Just walk out.
I do believe it is bigger than Candina.
I
Or
think they're
least
both at
even
18, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And that also causes some more damage off of Candina.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Looks like he's going to set a back row and set a monster. Yeah, not the best position. On Ching's side, he has a Ghost Bell, a Ash Blossom, and it looks like he drew another hand trap.
That looks like a Ghost Bell.
2 copies of Ghost Bell? I saw at least 1 Ghost Bell and 1 Ash before his draw phase.
Okay. And he checks to see his face-up cards to see if he can get kind of a read on what that face-down monster might be.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate that the monster actually won't be destroyed by battle, because if Jung draws something like Engage, he won't even be able to use it because he has a monster occupying that main zone.
But he kind of has to do it because otherwise he
Yeah.
Well, you know it's not a copy of Ray because otherwise he would have done something with it.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So Ching's got to be thinking, well, that has to be one of his hand trap monsters.
Yes. Looks like he's considering, he's going to normal something that maybe he's going to go for Cerberus here. Clear it away and just press for damage.
Interesting. I guess that works really well because he has the reincarnation in his graveyard. And that could just bring Candina back.
Oh, yeah, that's probably just, depending on the back row, right, this could just be game. Oh, no, but Cerberus can't destroy it, right, because it's
he's
not
got to
supposed to
take
summon
the
monsters, so he has
back row
to
out
get rid of Phoenix.
An interesting fact here that Ching has actually only played 1 Sky Striker so far during this tournament. He lost.
Interesting.
I wonder if they played each other.
That could be a case of revenge. So yes, it was the double Ghost Bell. Takes out Twin Twister, attacks, takes out another Ghost Bell, and then banishes Reincarnation. There's Candina. Candina hits. Does he have another Lycoris? I don't think so.
No, I think the last card's still that hand trap. I think it's Ash Blossom.
It's Ash, yeah.
It's just really rough. Even Engage.
Yeah, Engage doesn't get you there. I don't know what gets you there. He's picked up
jamming
jamming
waves.
waves. That certainly doesn't.
No.
He has 3 spells, so he could... Oh, actually, no, that doesn't even do enough.
Target.
Can you destroy your own card with jamming waves, the first part?
I'd have to check the text on it.
Yeah. I was going to say maybe he could set his own card and then jamming waves it, but even then, both of those monsters have enough attack to just clear them out.
Yeah. And he still takes damage from using it.
Yeah.
Attacks direct with Candina, and that's
game
it.
1.
And
So-
that's interesting. He flipped the cards and showed them.
Oh, that's...
I don't know that I'd do that.
No. But that means that Trickstar is up 1, so that's very different from what our statistics are showing about this deck.
Yeah, it could just
Only
have
been
been
1 game.
Yeah,
though.
With one game, anything can happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Much greater pool of data before you can draw any meaningful conclusions.
Yeah, absolutely.
But at least from what we've done in the office and just general
Opinion
results,
not
opinion, but what's actually happened
results.
is that Trickstar cards are just really good against Sky Striker cards.
Yeah. They just do about everything you want to do. They're a huge card advantage huge card advantage engine, and it disrupts you by it gains tempo whenever you search cards because you're taking so much damage, right? So they don't really have to press for game. They can poke, and then during your turn, you're still just burning yourself down. Yeah, so it's pretty rough.
It's just you get to a point where there's a limit to how much you can actually do without losing the game.
Yep. Yeah. We spoke about this before, just before we went live, that just everything that Sky Striker do, it burns them against Trickstar.
Yes.
And
sometimes it would double burn them. Like if you have Candina and Lycoris, and you play Engage, you're getting it from both.
Yep.
And exactly. Or if you have 3 spells, you're going to get that extra 200.
Yep.
So it's really not that easy.
No. So what do you think that Young is going to need here to really help him in this matchup? Has he got anything in his side deck that's going to make all that difference?
I mean, it's pretty rough. What he would want traditionally in this matchup is probably trap cards, right?
Yeah.
Like he'd want Psalms and things like that to stop the Candina chain, because that's the big way you're going to battle this deck.
You have to keep her off the field.
Yeah, or negate it, right? But even if you negate its effect with something like Ash or Effect Veiler, or even try to respond like Ghost Ogre, they can still just Lycoris in response, right?
Yeah.
And then
they can't. The effect will be negated, but it would be protected from Ghost Ogre.
Right, which is what matters. Just being able to summon it again and threaten it again. So that's why the Psalms are so good, but he doesn't have access to those.
Okay,
that's a little rough.
Yeah.
I guess he's got. Does he have Inspector Border?
Yes, he does. That's
that
a popular
card
card.
Is traditionally good against Trickstars. Won't stop continuous effects, but will stop all the searching and other shenanigans, and none of the Trickstars are big enough to beat it.
Yeah.
I don't know that Ching has any removal available to him, other than mind control out of the side. Book of Moon.
It's interesting that we're going over what we said before, just in a different way. That both of those decks, they're struggling for the things that they're struggling for. You know, the Trickstar deck really doesn't have much control, and the Sky Striker deck are just struggling to not take that much damage or even just get going as soon as possible.
Yeah, the neat thing with Trickstar, it's a very cooperative deck. It is totally okay with letting you do whatever you want.
Yes.
But bad things are going to happen to you when you do.
Yeah. That game would have been very different if Jung had any sort of start, right?
Yes.
Like how he grinded it out and how everything wound up working out. If he had any Ray at several points during that game.
He had a Ray in his opening game.
Right, but it got reincarnation away,
He had an opportunity at the start of the main phase, though, to actually just play it. So remember, at the start of the main phase, you can take any action common to the main phase.
You're right.
And he did not use that reincarnation in the draw or standby phase. He used it when
He chose to play Twin Twister.
Right, so that might have been a small misstep by Jung.
Yeah.
he could have at least gotten a monster onto the field there.
Yeah.
So we'll see if that situation crops up again.
Yeah, I guess I think it's sort of darned if you do, darned if you don't, right? Because if the other cards, like something like Solemn Warning, I guess there's only a couple cards, though, that would matter there, right? Like just really Solemn Warning, Solemn Judgment.
Yeah, I guess you have to weigh it up. You got to weigh it
right?
up.
And like Solemn Judgment, maybe
it goes.
No, you probably don't
graveyard,
Solemn
so
Judgment the Twin Twister
helps.
anyway, though. Excuse me? Oh, yeah, putting it in the graveyard helps, yeah.
So you could get Hornet drones and eventually get her back.
Yeah. I mean, but if you have the Hornet drones anyway, I think it's just getting the monster on the field that matters, right?
Yeah.
So like the Hornet drones is going to do that alone.
Yeah.
But you're right that he might have messed up a little. I don't know. It's rough either way.
It's a hard choice. I do think he's going to be on the Inspector borders for this time around. I think since he's going to go first, obviously, that's probably where he's going.
Yeah.
To try to get a little payback.
Oh yeah. Book of Moon doesn't even out, right? Because he can just respond with Ray's effect actually. So it's really just Solemn Warning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Solemn Judgment, I guess.
It wasn't necessarily like a correct one there. There wasn't a correct decision to do it or not. I think it was like a decision that he chose to make. But with perfect information, you would be able to work out the percentage chance of it being good to summon her first or not. I think that's the thing.
You have a lot of information there, though. Like, reincarnation is there, and you get one play unfettered by it if you get to the main phase.
Yeah, yeah. I think it was a small misstep. A very, very small one, but it looked like it.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, I guess my natural reaction when I see a Twin Twisters and 2 back rows is like, yeah, I get to gun for these 2 back rows straight away, and then I get to do everything else unimpeded. That's
I think
that's your logic.
Exactly what happened
in your head.
That trap.
Yeah,
pulled the trigger a little too soon.
It's the knowledge of the reincarnation, I think, that really gets you there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you'd been able to reel that in a bit of the being able to really play Twin Twisters to its full effect and think, hold on, this is going to go bad in the way that I do this, then he could have potentially summoned Ray first.
Well, it looks like they have made their decisions, at least, as pertaining to side decking. They're going to finish up shuffling, but we'll get to that a little shortly. So Ching is going second, most likely, in this game. I think he might put the extra Cyber Dragon in. Extra Cyber Dragon, maybe the Heavy Storm Dusters get extra spell and trap removal.
Yeah, Heavy Storm Dusters definitely great. Shared Ride's definitely great. Mind Control seems good. Same thing with like Evenly Matched. He has a lot of cards for this matchup, actually. Yeah, I don't even need to list them all. He could side in over half of his side deck and probably just be in a better spot than he is now, even though right now he's still great.
And you're saying that he lost to Sky Striker earlier in the event?
Yeah.
Do we know
just
who
one.
It was who he played? Maybe
No, I
one of the
could find out.
Diablos
It would take me a bit
players.
of time, but yeah, it's just one. Do you think Young's going to go first here? I think he's going to go first.
I think he's
Just
going
thought I
to
would ask.
Inspector Borders and just try to get that on the field early on.
Yeah, and he's got you said he had an extra few trap cards as well. In there.
Extra. Oh, Young?
Yeah.
No,
No.
he
Okay,
was not.
just for that Inspector border then.
He's got Typhoon. I mean, that's a trap card. You could
Yeah.
theoretically put in even more spell and trap removal.
Yeah, good for light stage.
To get light stage out of the way.
Yeah.
It's not that bad, but it's not that good either.
No.
It might be better than Evenly Matched, though. Cards like that. He's just going to be looking at the cards that are suboptimal in his main deck and probably swapping those out because there's no ideal cards in his side deck.
Yeah.
So it's a case of any incremental advantage you can get.
Yeah,
is good.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah, he's not going to put in the cards that are going to be great blowouts, but just really optimize as much as he can.
And it looks like we've seen something of a surprise here. Either Young passed his first turn, or he let Ching go first.
And yeah, in Young's hand, I see 4 spells and then Ghost Ogre but I don't know what the 4 spells are.
Interesting. Very interesting there. I wonder. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, Ching has. Yeah, he let Ching go first.
Yeah,
Because it's light stage and 4 other cards is what his start was.
Maybe his plan is just hopefully evenly match him.
I don't know that he would fall for that, especially after seeing that in the first game.
Yeah, I'm just unsure why else he would. Maybe this is how he thinks he can grind out the Trickstar deck.
Yeah.
With cards like, Jamming Waves, Afterburner, stuff like that. Plays a couple spells, then starts getting the +1 effects off of them.
Mm-hmm. That would make sense.
I think we're all a little shocked about that. Bit. Maybe he didn't put the Inspector Borders in then.
Or maybe he's just going hard on the evenly matched. And Ching's playing it right into it.
Yeah, well, he doesn't have the evenly matched. Not from what I could see. There's a lot of green in his hand.
Is that a Twin Twister in there somewhere?
Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah, there was Jamming Waves, Afterburner. Yeah, can't see the rest.
It kind of looks like Ching's playing directly into what Young wants him to do.
Start with Afterburners. It looks like he's just going to try to start bending some spells so that his engages and stuff get to draw him extra cards.
Thing is, though, this Trickstar deck, just as we were talking about, the Candina's back in the safe place. She's in the hand. She's ready to, be played next turn.
Yeah, I just don't think Jamming Waves is that good. Or I don't think Afterburners is that good in this matchup, and I think that's part of the issue. It's only going to be better in the later stage of the game, and you'd rather draw 1 card off of Engage than destroy an extra card off of Afterburners.
And he loses Heavy Storm Duster there to the Jamming Waves.
That's big.
Sets a card in, says... Does not say go. Activates multi-roll. Okay.
Does Ching have something for this?
Yeah, second Heavy Storm Duster would be devastating. That's very fortunate if you manage to hit the only one there. But he goes ahead and flips Gozen Match. So a bit of good fortune for Jung, as he does have Twin Twister to take out everything else.
Yeah, but a second copy of Heavy Storm Duster here would just...
that would be a complete blowout, yeah.
But his last card is Engage.
Oh. Ash Blossom!
Wow!
Oh my goodness!
And we're right down to the Candina. That's all that's left.
I guess you can play directly into everything your opponent wants to do if you have all the answers.
Yeah.
Wow.
My goodness.
That was incredible.
Yeah.
My
wow.
And
I think
Jung can't believe it.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, though, Ching had a lot of different things that those back rows could have been, and that could have been Heavy Storm Duster, but he had the Ash that was needed for the Engage.
It's rough because you feel good when you hit the Heavy Storm Duster.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you were looking for.
And it just didn't matter in the end. So now Young's left with just multi-roll, and Ching's got a Candina and the rest.
On a light stage, whatever he gets back doesn't matter.
That's rough.
I don't see any way he gets out of this.
He just passes. Oh, wow. That is rough. Now we see why this Trickstar deck has been doing really well, though.
They're good cards.
Yeah.
They are certainly good cards. And now Ching is doing the math to see if he can finish him off right now.
Yeah. Why wait till later when you can win now?
Yep, and that reincarnation really helps.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's what actually will allow it.
Yeah.
Because he still has Lilybell in the deck. So he could normal summon Candina, get Lilybell, special summon Lilybell, make a link summon with Lilybell and probably Lycoris.
Yeah.
And then after attacking with everything, he Trickstar reincarnations back the Lilybell, attacks to get back the Lycoris, and special summons the Lycoris and attacks again.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage. And with Light Stage, adding an extra 200 to all of them.
Yes. Especially so if the monster he picks is Holly Angel.
Yes.
So he would also get an extra 400 damage off of summoning back with, well, both summoning back with Trickstar reincarnation and summoning Lycoris. Yeah. I do think he has it as long as he sees the play.
Yeah, well, he's doing well so far. He's got that Lilybell.
Lilybell attacks directly, gets you a Trickstar monster back from the graveyard when she connects.
Blue Angel will be proud of this one.
It's those Submarine Roid type cards. Like I heard the Duel Links guys talking quite a bit about Submarine Roid for game.
Yeah, that was really interesting.
Yeah, that's kind of what Lilybell is. She's this Submarine Roid that special summons from your hand and has upside.
Yeah,
She's a really good monster.
that matchup in Duel Links is actually really interesting because the only reason they're playing Submarine Roid is to fulfill the legendary deck requirements of Cyrus Truesdale.
For the Roids?
Yes. It's not actually part of the deck. It doesn't work with the rest of the cards, really.
Crazy
Well, it
with
works
Roids.
with Ties of the Brethren.
Yes.
Like, that's the big reason to play that deck.
Machines,
Yeah.
those machines. Like, the thing is, the Roids aren't bad cards.
No.
The Roids have
No.
a lot of really good cards.
Yeah. In fact, Drill Roid was meta at one point, a long time ago.
It was indeed. I remember Kevin was telling me at one point about how back in the old days they had a GX character league in the office when, this was long before I started working on Yu-Gi-Oh! I was still judging and playing back then. And we see Holly Angel there. I think he does see the play. But everybody else picked Cyber Dragon, and he picked Roids and just destroyed everybody.
So as we said, Ching with this play, doing 400 damage, the 200 damage. I mean, he's just communicating the math here. I think he's already done.
And you don't attack with Holly Angel quite yet because
No.
she's gaining attack points each time.
Exactly. From the Lilybell and then hopefully from the Lycoris as well.
And we see he's making note of how many 200s it's gained. So it's 200 for each Trickstar monster that's special summoned to his own points to. Does that much damage, and whenever Trickstar monster inflicts effect damage, not battle damage, effect damage, she then gains that much attack. And that includes herself. So we're working that right now. You see he's got the 400 deducted.
Yeah. So this is the situation I was talking about yesterday with the translators, where we've got to go from Korean to Japanese to English to Mandarin, and then all the way back through again.
And Young does not have a hand, correct? There's
No,
nothing.
there's nothing.
Goes
Yeah,
over,
this-
nothing
this
like that. It's just over.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's just doing his due diligence.
Right.
Yeah. But this is the players have made it this far. They deserve to make sure that this is definitely enough.
Yeah. If there's any chance that it's not, you want to.
You want to know
Make
about it?
sure.
Yeah. This is the time to know about it.
All right, and it seems that we are good on that. And the Holly Angel it's mandatory. You have to activate it every time it happens. So there's no way to miss it. There's no, oh, you didn't declare this. There's nothing like that. And she's just going to keep getting bigger.
Yeah, that's the beauty of Trickstars. There's not a lot to miss. A lot of them are all continuous or mandatory triggers.
So Lilybell hits for 800. Light Stage adds an extra 200 onto that for 1,000. Because she did battle damage, Trickstar Lycoris returns to Ching's hand. Then, Candina hits for 1,800, and 200 is added onto that by Light Stage. So 2,000 there is 46 left. And next, we get a special summon. So Lycoris is special summoned, and Lilybell is returned to the hand. That's another 400 damage.
And Holy Angel's effect triggers once more.
Should be 4,200. So then Lycoris hits for 16, plus another 200 from Light Stage is 1,800 added on.
I think Ching's doing really well to keep his composure here because I think he knows he's got it.
1,800 off of 42. Well, that's 2,400. And it just so happens that that is exactly what Trickstar Holly Angel's attack is right now. And with those extra 2,400 attack points intact, that is exactly